Oh my gosh. What's going on at YouTube? This is SCL0320.
Yo, what's up everybody? This is Joe Johnson 0301 time.
We're back for a brand new TV review. Y'all, we had to go straight into a spoiler. We had to go straight into a spoiler. What was that? I don't even know the episode name. Like, this joint was probably one of the best episodes of the whole season.
Oh, hands down.
Like,
hands down the best episode.
I mean, you get to find out who was Wells, what's his backdrop, what is Iris really feeling, like, what's the end game for everybody, what is the true potential of Barry's powers. The dude went so fast, he went into the past. Like, Caitlin was like, look, only way you can stop this wave, this is a tsunami, from hitting the city, is you got to move back and forth on the beach to create wind to push up. I was like, that isn't even, I can't comprehend how that's gonna work.
No, whoa. What wave are you talking about though?
The tsunami.
What
That
tsunami?
freaking, the weather dude, the weather wizard, that was the brother of the original guy from the first episode, that created a tornado that Barry was able to stop, and Joe killed him. His brother came into town. Dude's sharper than his younger brother was, and in addition to being sharper, like, he's more tuned with all the different powers. Like, I mean, he can go and create snowballs at will. He can go and, like, utilize lightning at will, and it was just like crazy. But his end game was to make Joe suffer. So he's trying to lure Iris out there to get her killed. So he started the tidal wave so Joe could watch as he destroyed everything that Joe loved. And then Barry goes, and Caitlin was like, look, I don't know how fast you have to go, but I don't know if you can do this. This Joe was like, look, I'm like, dang, it's too much going on. I'm just sitting there spitting.
You going like, you hit the end.
I'm spitting.
Like,
But
don't
it's just a little bit of it. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, so so we talked about the villain. So the dude with the
Which villain?
Tornado. The first episode, he made the tornado flash run backwards to stop the tornado. So his brother, you know what I'm saying, is a villain. So yeah, he's got the control over the weather.
Yeah.
And towards the end, he does this like tsunami, try to take out not only Iris and Barry, but pretty much the entire like bay coastline, which is pretty crazy. But before that, this wasn't the first time he tried to get at Joe. So this episode, you definitely get to see Flash of speed, because before, the villain, tried to get at Joe while Barry's in the car.
Oh, when they were in the car.
And like, he controlled lightning and shot lightning at the dude. And you see Barry rescue Joe faster than lightning, man.
Like, it was crazy because the lightning was hitting the car, and it probed and hit the glass of the car. It hadn't shattered yet, but he was looking. You could see how fast his head was looking, just to go and try to get momentum enough to get out. I was like, that's the way you do it. Man. That's how you do it. But then even before that, the beginning of the episode, it was just like him on a routine check, and he was running, and the dude looked like he saw himself right next to us. It was a shadow version of himself. And so that plays into the end where, like, you find out that it really was Barry. Like, because he ran so fast to try to stop tsunami, he ran straight into the past. And if any of y'all don't know, the speedsters have the ability of utilizing the time force. Now, the so uncanny is that he didn't use like the treadmill, he didn't use any other kind of means that I've seen from the comics. He went and just on raw speed to get there. And like, when he go and confronted himself, I was like, okay, this is what's really going on, but what is going to happen at this point? But it's like, these questions are fruitless because so much happened.
So much happens.
I mean, my boy Cisco, though.
Exactly. Let me tell him about Cisco, okay? So Iris, I'm gonna start with Iris. So Iris, she's the reporter at this like pretty much his newsstand. Her partner is investigating, Star Industries and
Wells.
Pretty much Wells.
Yeah.
So with that, she begins to ask questions, and then you get Cisco gets wind of this, and then now Cisco's like, okay, who is Wells? And he's asking this question, and he's playing back in his mind the night where they trapped the Reverse Flash in that was that particle simulator kind of thing.
Yeah.
And pretty much you find out that it wasn't the Reverse Flash in that it was a loop.
Yeah.
It was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
And this is crazy. So Caitlin, she set up a distraction so Cisco could find this out, right? She goes and she turns around and Wells is gone. Like, she just turned around, did something real quick, turned back around, Wells is gone because he was onto her. He knew that Cisco was trying to sabotage something, trying to figure him out. Mm-hmm. So he shows back up to the lab and he kills Cisco.
I mean, it wasn't even just that. The way he did it, he was taunting him. He was like, look, this is who I am. I am Eobor Thawne. And if y'all don't know, Eobor Thawne is the future edition that is the Reverse Flash. Like, this is the actual person. Like, he's related to Eddie Thawne. That's the reason why he couldn't kill him. He couldn't kill him because if he killed the Descendant, the possibility of him not being able to be alive.
Basically.
So this is the other thing about it. Like, he was telling them all this, and he was like, look, you're like a son to me. Like, I really have loved you, but it's a means to an end. I needed Barry alive because I was stuck here for 15 years after killing Barry's mom. I was like, what? And there's still the unanswered question of when and at what time does Barry go back to the past to try to stop him? And I mean, that's a whole other thing. But like, he was like, oh, I'm sorry I have to do this. And just like Cisco, he was doing some acting. Like, the dude was like, he knew he was gone. This cat was moving his hand so fast. I was like, if this man put this on this man's body at all, like, his body will be shriveled up. And so he put it straight through Cisco's chest on his heart and then pulled out. I was like, oh, man. Yeah. That's some old Vampire Diaries joint.
Yeah,
like, wow. So, I mean, that happened. But then you've got now, Barry finds out that Iris really truly has feelings. And on top of that, he outs himself to her to try to save everybody. But it was like, it wasn't just the delivery, the punchline. It was like the pacing between all of it. It was like, looking at the first episode and looking at now, and how, like, you know they have an uncanny connection and chemistry. It's always been there. But, like, Iris, after Barry told her what he told her, like, she's just been sabotaging all these different kind of things. I mean, when she went up in the beginning of the episode, them jokers bowling, I was like, Joe, she's setting him up. Like, it's some old booty. And then he went and he was doing bowling, whatever. He had something on sheet. She went like, I was like, what? Yeah. That's grounds to get hurt. And I mean, Linda was pissed. I mean, the whole episode, I felt bad for Linda because she realizes that not only does Barry might have potential really still loving her, but like, I mean, how's she supposed to compete with that? But now that all this has happened, what is going to be the ripple effect? Because just like the butterfly effect, when you do something and you change something how it's supposed to be to start with, something else is going to get lost or something else is going to happen. Right. So what is going to be a byproduct of Barry potentially changes something after this? I mean, the episode is out of time. I just saw the episode name. It was just amazing, man. I don't know how much more we could spoil. Like, what didn't we talk about?
Pretty much, like, so at the end of this episode, you know what I'm saying, Barry's back in time. So it's pretty much like none of this even happened.
Technically. Like, he saw it happen, so it's potential of everything happening the way it should, but would he allow it to happen the way it did? Probably not.
Wow.
Because he can't put Joe in jeopardy to let the progression work. But if he does save Joe, then that means that somebody else might be put in danger. What if Iris is going to be the one that's there instead of Joe? But back in the time, like, we just don't know what's gonna happen. And the worst thing is he has no idea that Wells is behind it all.
Exactly.
And everybody else is gonna be pushed out of it because Iris is not gonna be there to trigger Cisco's memory. Like, okay, why are you investigating Wells? Because Joe was talking about Wells, and then him going and finding that revelation, which, I mean, is good technically because Cisco's not gonna get killed, but everybody is still got the snake in the den.
Exactly.
And so, like, Barry's gonna go and probably try to trust Wells to try to stop what happened.
On a positive note, Cisco will still be alive.
But no!
Dang,
Now he knows that Barry has the speed to go back into the past. What if he tries to steal Barry's speed?
What if he does? Cisco is still alive.
Man,
Cisco's one of my favorite characters. I like Cisco. I think he should die. When he died, I felt hurt.
I did too, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, this is a lot. And I still haven't talked to any of my relatives or friends about this, but I was like, I wanted to share the spoiler review with y'all first before I did the normal review. So we'll be right back for a brand new normal review, but hopefully y'all enjoyed our spoiler review. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the episode. Please leave your comments below how you thought about the episode. Like, this is an epic way of coming back. This is the first episode back in a month.
Sure.
Like, that was just awesome. But anyway, if you liked our spoiler review, please leave a like below. And yeah, we're out like a flash. We'll be back though. Later. Come on, Flash. Hurry up.